It's well, this is one that is not finished yet. So you see, all the brown spot. It's what eventually gets to be filled in. So it's all filled in, so we get a finished piece like this. It looks better when it has color.
Thank you.
Was that your question? Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Please.
How long, if you made that, how long did it take for you to?
This one I didn't do myself, but usually when I work in a yarn painting that is as big as this, it takes me from like 4 to 5 weeks because I put a lot of detail in my work. As you can see, like this is one I did myself, and you see that it has a lot more fading of colors. In a small spot, it's definitely like 5, 10 colors even, like right here. So that's the whole reason. It takes me much longer because my work is pretty detailed. You have a question?
I was going to ask that.
Okay. Yes.
How do you shade it into different colors on that?
Well, it's one of the things is that you always gotta make usage of colors. You have to know pretty much how they will not, the fading will not necessarily impact your eyes, and you will not necessarily notice when it changes. So it's just like the selection of colors, and like in this particular one, you see that it's kind of like yellow, and then from the yellow it turns into turquoise. So it's one line yellow, one line turquoise, and then eventually I put a deeper turquoise. So you just select, it's the selection of colors that you do, pretty much. Please.
What's your favorite thing to make?
The most popular ones are paintings like this that have like the shape of a mandala, and these particular symbols, like this one is the one that I'm creating for your school. The images of the mandala, on our language we call it nierika, and a nierika stands for a doorway. It's kind of like a doorway of knowledge, so they represent different teachings. In this particular case, the spiral here represents the theory of creation, and the overall image is just the portal of knowledge. So I decided to do this for your school because this is what you come for. You come here to learn and get teaching. So this pretty much represents a teaching. And those are my more popular paintings. Paintings that have like that particular mandala figure looking. Please.
You make your clothes.
Well, I didn't do my clothes. It was my aunt. I come out so you see it full. And traditionally, just like this bag, this is all needlepoint stitches. There's not a particular sketch or anything. And like on the scarf, it's the same thing. It's all needlepoint stitches. And I was waiting 2.5 years for her to make the complete outfit that was all needlepoint stitches. So it's all very, time consuming, and I also asked her how she made these particular patterns, or like the ones here, and she says that she, after doing it for a few minutes, she goes into a meditative spot where she starts listening to the songs of gods and goddesses. That's how she defines it, and those songs come on these particular shapes, so that's what they represent. But I didn't do my clothing. It was my aunt, and it takes a long time too because it's all done by hand. Using very thin thread. In this case, because it's very fine thread, and that's how long it takes, up to 2.5 years. Please.
How many needlepoint or paintings can you make per day?
It's well, when it comes to paintings like in this particular size, this is around 42 hours of work. So, it can take it all depends. Sometimes I work 8 hours, sometimes I can work 5 hours. It all depends on the mood and the stage of the painting. So if they're very small ones, I can probably do 2 of those a day. But, I've done paintings that have taken me months. Please.
The yarn painting you just showed us, does that one also tell a story? And if so, what is the story?
Yeah, it's yeah, thank you for asking that. All of the paintings and the artwork itself, they tell stories. So on our tribe, we believe that life started from the ocean. So the ocean represents our mother. You know, so this is like the womb, pretty much. You know, that it's giving birth to the different living organisms. So here is the turtle is coming out of the ocean, but at the same time, the shell of the turtle is what's carrying the earth. You know, here the earth is just one big living thing. You know, it doesn't have any division of borders. It's just earth as it is. Because on the end, we all breathe the same air. We all drink water. We all eat. We love. We cry. We do the same thing, just in different languages and in different ways. But it's the same thing. So that's why it's just earth without borders. You know, it's just as one thing. We're all cells of the same body. And the shell of the turtle has 12 sides that represent the 12 months of the year. There's 7 stars that represent the 7 days of the week. The moon is the biggest feminine figure, and the sun is the biggest masculine figure. So here you can see that the sun is releasing the sperms, the moon is releasing the eggs to find each other, fertilize, create life that eventually populates the earth. So that's the story of this one. ¿Más preguntas?
Do you ever get like tired of like doing the same thing over and over again?
Well, it's I never do the same image. All my drawings are original, but when it comes to working, I only do it for periods of like 4 hours, no longer than that, because I don't physically get tired, but my eyes do. So when I need to take a break from my eyes, I live right by the ocean, so I go and surf. You know, I also train boxing, so it's one of the things I do. It's always to balance, you know, since this is not necessarily physically exhausting. For me to have a good rest, I need to get physically exhausted, so I always balance it out by really doing something physically. See?
Do you have like different sizes of yarn that you use, or it's just one?
No, they come in different sizes. Let me see. Well, they're still very thin, you know. So, but this one, you can see that this one is a little bit thicker. This is cotton, and this is acrylic. You know, the acrylic usually comes on very thin size, but we also use a thicker one when it comes to doing the borders. You know, we use wool, so they do come in different sizes. Also, when we use silk, you see, it's even much thinner. Yeah, I don't have one piece that has silk yarn in it, but yeah, it's different. It comes in different ways. Please.
Have you bought anyone else's yarn painting before?
Yeah. It's sometimes I have a group of 20 apprentices. Sometimes they give them to me, you know, to honor the fact that I teach them. But yeah, I have bought. You know, I'm an artist, and I also like supporting other artists too. You know, but I do buy different art from different people. Go ahead.
About how many different colors of yarn do you use in about one?
Well, it's probably, if it's like around that size, I will probably use like around 400 different colors. If it's, you know, a small one like the one I'm doing for your school, just in this one, it's probably around 20 colors or more. So yeah, it all depends on the detail of the piece I'm doing.
What inspires you to do your artwork?
It's a lot of the stories come from the songs that are told in the ceremonies.